What is going on, Marders? How you doing? That was Jamie T. Zombie. I thought we might as well get a bit of zombie on as it's coming up to Halloween. We're not quite there yet, but why not, hey? Why not? Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. You are listening to Chris Brown and Wilder Radio. Great to have you here. A great show today. We're going to go through some DL12, most probably Land. I think we're definitely going to speak about the Land, which is coming up any day soon, according to Frank Wilder. So that's pretty awesome. We've got a great ally special guest, BMAN. We've got a new segment called Plug It Baby, where I'm going to showcase new Wilders live music, live ideas, or just anything they want to promote. So that's going to be a new thing, but I'll explain about that a little bit later. Still a little week. The best deal I think's NFT wise this week. Speculation corner. If anyone, I can invite the audience. Anyone who wants to come up to speculate, that's great. We get those shards going in with the code, and just have some fun. So pretty awesome. I'm going to actually, because the past couple of weeks I've noticed we haven't really played as many songs and stuff. So again, lucky to have B-Man with us, and I'm going to start off playing one of his tracks, which is an awesome one called Pink Slips, and then we're going to get the man himself up.
Okay, gentlemen, start your engines, what it do? Even women steady switching lanes, coming round the loop. This for Pink Slips. Yeah, fans are screaming, getting loud. On the scene, when it turn to green, you know we going wild. I said, gentlemen, start your engines, what it is. On the strip, first we need your whip, then coming for your crib. This for Pink Slips. Go on and let your engines growl. On the scene, when it turn to green, you know we going wild. In Miami, where you know we running space. Put your whip up, only way we bout to race. Keep your money, you gon' need it when I get your keys. To call your Uber, wait, I mean a Uber. Even a whip when I'm taking your G. Or even your Wimbo, Wills got ample. So many whips to you when I'm a raw. We're riding by day and we're on by night. It's why overseas K that's sitting in the garage. And you know we eat it, we'll catch this a weeman. I'm pushing a wonder bird, think I can fly. If she wanna ride, she better be fly. We don't take us no breaks, we just get to the prize. Okay, gentlemen, start your engines, what it do? Even women steady switching lanes, coming round the loop. This for Pink Slips. Yeah, fans are screaming, getting loud. On the scene, when it turn to green, you know we going wild. I said, gentlemen, start your engines, what it is. On the strip, first we need your whip, then coming for your crib. This for Pink Slips. Go on and let your engines growl. On the scene, when it turn to green, you know we going wild. It is real, WTO, in the field. In the Juanino, I'm feeling like Nemo. Whenever I rev it, it's shocking their gills. They cannot find me, the woman was pricey. I come to G1, now I'm feeling so rare. You better be at school, on my Barracuda. I take a piece of head back to the lair. I'm feeling like Batman, oh yes, I'm that man. Like, what is he saying? I hop in a G3, see me, they like beep, beep. Oh, there he go again. You know they love it when never been no wonder bird. The girls that be trying to slide. Bet you can chill with me, but you're not part of the trinity. It's just me, myself, on my ride. Okay, gentlemen, start your engines, what it do? Even women steady switching lanes, coming round the loop. This for Pink Slips. Yeah, fans are screaming, getting loud. On the scene, when it turn to green, you know we going wild. I said, gentlemen, start your engines, what it is. On the strip, first we need your whip, then coming for your crib. This for Pink Slips. Go on and let your engines growl. On the scene, when it turn to green, you know we going wild.
If we're not talking wild, we're not making sense. The point of building trinities is getting land rich. See you on the track, better watch out. Yeah, I'm coming for your slips. If we're not talking wild, we're not making sense. The point of building trinities is getting land rich. See you on the track, better watch out. Yeah, I'm coming for your slips.
Okay, gentlemen, start your engines, what it do? Even women steady switching lanes, coming round the loop. This for Pink Slips. Yeah, fans are screaming, getting loud. On the scene, when it turn to green, you know we going wild. I said, gentlemen, start your engines, what it is. On the strip, first we need your whip, then coming for your crib. This for Pink Slips. Go on and let your engines growl. On the scene, when it turn to green, you know we going wild.
That is a sick track. Love it. Pink Slips by BMAN. Just going to quickly remind everyone that today's session is recorded, as always. So obviously, more than welcome to speak if you want, but just be mindful that it is recorded. Okay, I'm going to now introduce our guest. Very pleased and appreciate him coming up here. He's an OG Wilder. He's one of the first, I believe, not the first, to be voted in as an ally. He's got a vast NFT collection. It is a sick collection. And I believe he was the first Wilderworld millionaire. And also the owner of BMETA and the BMETA Guild. It is, without further ado, BMAN. How you doing, bud?
I'm great, man. How are you? Am I coming in clear?
That's great, man. Great. Really good to have you. Thank you again for coming. Always a pleasure to chat with you, my friend. How are you? How's your week been?
It's been great. Yeah, I'm in the process of relocating up to Ohio from Texas. So it's kind of been a crazy few days. I got a downsizing from an 8-bedroom house to a 3-bedroom house just because it's just I feel so much lighter already. But so I'm in that process, and so it's been a bit of a crazy week, but yeah, there's a lot of wonderful things going on, and always love to talk about my journey that I've had with Wilderworld and where we're going. And Wilderworld is really the inspiration of my entire Web3 journey.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I appreciate you obviously again coming over, because obviously you're in the middle of the move, as you say. So a lot of love for you, man. Thank you very much for that. But we were actually, as you've just mentioned, the journey. What we may as well get into it. Would you be able to give us like the overview and how you found the project first, and what made you sort of stay and be such a big part of the community?
Yeah, absolutely. JMC Wilder, who introduced me to Wilderworld, and I saw it and I was like, man, those cars are really cool. And I don't think at that time they'd even done the drop. I remember doing the season 0 kicks and like staying up for like 3 straight nights, and I just thought it was such an interesting concept, and as I got to understand what Wilder, what being a Wilder is a verb, it's not a noun, and I love that, and I've made a lot of really good friendships, business partnerships, and just had a lot of tremendous personal growth just because of my association, with what being a Wilder really is.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I mean, I joined. Chris, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And so, when I first look at it, I didn't really ever think that I would be as heavily vested and involved as I am, but I saw the long-term vision, and I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a builder. I was literally built to breed greatness. I believe that, and I saw Wilderworld as like this pliable landscape for me to be able to help other people create passive income, take Web2 businesses and integrate them into Web3. And that's really very early on what I saw that in my vision. And I just started accumulating, and it was wild. We went on a big run. Unfortunately, it's just taken longer than I thought. I've had a lot of health issues with my family, but I'm still holding maybe 150 Wilderworld NFTs.
How many was that? Sorry.
Probably at least 150, 200.
Yeah, that's nice. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say. Go for it.
I'm buying still. I feel like after this land drop is going to be a good time. I think everyone's going to be selling a lot of assets to buy land, and so I'm going to be keeping a good eye out. I definitely want to bump my wheels collection up. I think I'm down to about like 37 cars right now. I'd like to be in like the 60 or 80 range. I think.
Sure, that adds to the fleet.
I think once you can take your wheels and drive them, then at that moment, I think we're going to really start to see the floor price increase. I think that's the big holdup right now, is that
That's the staking, right?
Yeah, that's of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how that all pans out. On how that's going to work, and this whole Odyssey thing is pretty cool too. I think I have like 2% of the airdrop. So yeah, no, I'm definitely going to continue to invest in Wilderworld. I really can't wait to the day that you can import assets into Wilderworld. I think that's where we're going to really start to see the exponential growth, is that when people can start importing their own assets.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's going to be awesome. And the project's just going from strength to strength, as we all sort of know, and we can see now, and it's just so exciting, and I'm just so happy that everyone here is part of it, and we're all doing it together. And as when I joined, I remember seeing you all the time in there, and you're always very helpful, and I was actually sort of blown away by the amount of assets of your portfolio. Basically, I was just thinking, wow. And when you first join and you see community members who have got that, it sort of, it gives you that, especially at the beginning when it was all new. We've been in here a few years now, a couple of years now, so a bit more settled. But it was certainly new for me, and it gives newbies that level of comfort. Like, well, if he's doing it, then yeah, it should be okay. But no, yeah, no, awesome. But yeah, the again, as I say, you just always were very helpful. I've spoke to you on and off throughout this time, and yeah, you've just always been awesome. So thank you for that, mate.
No, thank you so much. I
I was gonna
think part
say
of being
on
a
the
wilder is like helping other wilders, and like I think all of us have a duty to grow this world, right? Because it's going to be the early people, the early adopters, who are going to really understand what being a wilder is. And I think that it's so critical to continue to just onboard new people and help those people and give them a place where they have comfort. And I now have a place in Wilderworld where, like, I know that there's people that care about me there. I can't tell you how many times where I've been out somewhere and like, God damn, where's my wallet? And I just, like, 10 people will just shoot me ETH real quick, and I'll send it back home when I get home, and I'll put it on my Coinbase card. And I had this crazy idea recently to find out who the true Wilder OGs are. I'm thinking about doing it when once my company sells. But imagine if we just mailed around the world like a $25,000 piece of gold. And how many times would it get passed on to the next guy, to the next guy, to the next guy? I know it sounds crazy, but Animal and I were joking about it. It's like, imagine if that passed through like 100 people. And if it stopped somewhere, okay, well, we get some new gold, and then we really know who all the OGs are. Because Wilder's an action. It's about being loyal and kind and loving and being there for others and being selfless. And so I don't know. I just dreamed up this crazy idea recently.
Yeah, that's awesome. And to be honest with you, that's one of the things I like about you, because you do come on the Discord and you do put these ideas out, and I always think this guy's always thinking about like the next step or doing it, and you always do share the values that the wilder values that we call it the wilder spirit, right? And these are the values that we sort of like to give out, and because to be honest, the world at the moment is crazy. So to come to in this community and want to spread that sort of values as we've just discussed, like you've just mentioned, is awesome, right?
No, for sure. And I probably come off strong to some people for sure, but hey, this is who I am. And if you got a problem with it, well, tough shit. But, but I just, I just believe in what I believe. And I think that, we're all unique and different. And, I respect everyone else's opinion, but certainly I feel strong about my own.
Yeah, sure. And it's fair enough, Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. The as I said on the introduction, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, were you the first ally to be voted in?
I think it was
Or
me and
one of?
Tom P. It was, so the community couldn't choose between the two of us. I think it was like a dead heat. And so I think they voted us both in. And then funnily enough, I hired him to BMETA, and he became my lead developer and worked with me
Yeah.
for about a year and a half. Amazing guy, so talented. And so, yeah, I believe, yeah, I was the first group. I also believe if I didn't get voted in on that time, I don't think I would ever got voted in.
I remember you getting voted in, Thomas, and I always remember. Yeah, I think now you've said it was between you and Tom. I remember even clearer. But yeah, at the time I was thinking, when I was writing this, I was like, I'm sure he was the first. What did that mean to you, man?
What'd you say?
What did that mean to you, being one of the first, or joint first? We call it that, between you and Tom being voted in.
Really was something special because like I was working for all the XP too, you know, and but I don't, you know, I own multiple businesses and have a family and, you know, and I being the first one voted in, I have much respect for all of the other allies previous to that, of course, but being voted in and the community deciding that you're worthy, you know, definitely jack my ego up. But I
Yeah,
felt the responsibility too. You know, I think that, you know, being an ally, and look, we all have our lives, and there's certainly times where we're less active than more. But as an ally, it really carries a great responsibility because we were voted in because we are to be thought to represent what a wilder is. And so I do hold that to a high esteem, and I believe that it is critical for the allies to give good example and to you know teach and show others and listen as well. You know, I think I've had plenty of people who had complete disagreements with me, and I want to hear what their side of it is or what you know. And I think it's super important to show that level of respect and really display the wilder spirit at all times.
no, no, well said. And yeah, I agree with all of that really. The Again, when I was voted in as well, because if you remember, and the sort of OGs who are listening now remember, and as you mentioned, it was like at the time it was as well. Um, at one stage, it was if you got enough XP, I can't remember how much it was, then you got sort of into that higher section as well type thing. And I think by the time I'd sort of got near that, and it wasn't just about that for me. I loved the Discord, and to be honest, whatever level it was XP, you couldn't really get to that unless you were really active in the community, and you know I wanted to be, and because I you know loved it so much and still do, obviously. The but yeah, being voted in. I remember I was walking home from work, and my phone just pinged, and it was Casper actually saying, "Oh, can you join us in the chat?" And then I've been voted in, and it was amazing. It was an amazing feeling, and there was loads of people there greeting me and that, and it's just great. So yeah, and as you say, it's about passing on those values and helping, and you know, for me as well, you know, I've got more and more involved. You know, CLE projects, i.e., what we're doing now, mod and stuff. So it's just great. It's just great, and you know, we're very lucky to have the community do what we do. And yeah, you know, it's everything you're saying. I'm agreeing with Bud, and I think we've everyone's got their own journey, but I think everyone experiences this real sense of community.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. No, and
Yeah.
I think, you know, that's kind of what inspired me with BMETA. You know, I saw such a opening moving forward. You know, because I see for me, I'm not a gamer. Wilderworld, as much as I love the community, it's a business opportunity for me. I see lots of opportunity to integrate Web 2 businesses into Web 3. I think there's a lot of opportunity too in regards to like commerce. And so that was like the whole idea behind BMETA, you know, creating a new unique way to connect everyone. And I also believe that, you know, to think that any one metaverse is going to be able to beat out like the Zuckerbergs of the world, and because that guy can make mistake after mistake after mistake and still have billions of dollars to flow in. I think it's kind of silly to think that. And so I think the real success of the metaverse is really going to be through multiverse. And as more and more worlds open, you know, creating portals between those worlds. Because I think there's going to be some, you know, metaverses that are for fashion, some metaverses that are for commerce, some metaverses that are for gaming. I think there's going to be many successful metaverses out there. And so that's where I saw BMETA fitting in is like, you know, just about every metaverse is going to have water. And so, you know, through marinas to be able to interconnect into all these different worlds. And that's really what we're doing right now.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, definitely. As you've mentioned there, and as people can see from your PFP, got your BMETA company, and yeah, I agree. All the you know, at the beginning of this, I was a little bit again because everyone was like metaverse, 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 and I certainly was. I don't know if anyone else found this, but I was like, you've got to choose the right one because there's only going to be one like winner and all this, and that's not the case. That's not the case. There's going to be exactly like the internet. There's going to be many metaverses out there, but obviously there'll be shows. You know, a lot of be main ones, I suppose you should say.
for
like
sure.
search engines or whatever.
Well,
But
that's
yeah,
kind
no,
of
no,
what
definitely.
Expectar is. You know, they're
Yeah,
like Expectar is not building like their own metaverse. They're basically giving the tools to builders, and then they're like, you know, they it kind of it. I see Expectar as kind of one of the WWWs of metaverse, and that's one of the places that we've launched collections. And they're another Unreal Engine 5 metaverse on the XRP network. And they're multi-chain. They have something called Bitcoin Bitmap Island, where they use bitmaps as the allocation tool for land. But yeah, absolutely. I think that we're going to see more and more metaverses popping up. It's interesting because I'll hear other wilders say, "Well, there's really no other metaverses being built," and that's just absolutely not true. There's a lot of stuff being built right now, and a lot of high quality stuff being built. And there's actually a pretty good amount of people who are buying things today. And I've talked about this in general a few different times, that I would love to see us target marketing people who are buying land in metaverses today, and people who are buying, you know, avatars. And it doesn't matter if they pay $50 for it, $100. They're taking their hard-earned crypto and they're spending it on metaverse assets. And I really feel that it would literally take 10 times the marketing to a non-metaverse user to invite them to our world and have a successful transition than to someone who minted a piece of land a few weeks ago. And there's a lot of that going on. There's been a lot of big developments over the last year. You know, in 2021, the metaverse narrative was more of like a dream, right? And a lot of companies raised a lot of money, but the ones that actually stuck through, Wilderworld was smart about their cash. They put most of their money in fiat, and the ones that, you know, actually stuck through, did the right thing with the cash, you're starting to see betas pop up. But the real companies out there that are really building, a lot of them aren't talking about it because they want to build it and then release it. I mean, how many times do we see people say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then it's just a flop? And so there is actually a lot of building going on out there right now. And I think that people are going to be really surprised over the next couple years, you know, what actually gets released.
yeah, no, I agree. I agree. There's a lot of stuff going on there, but obviously, yeah, there's, you know, I suppose people should be wary of when the next bull market, cycle comes. All the new projects that all suddenly pop up, probably be wary of those because, like
I
yourself
think
and
metaverse will be the
Wilderworld and
narrative again in
all the stuff.
5 years. I think the next bull run, not this one, but the next bull run, I believe the narrative will be metaverse. I think that a big narrative of this upcoming bull run is going to be AI and also DeFi Bitcoin. There's been a lot of developments in Bitcoin and, you know, storing on-chain data. And I think the next bull run after that, though, I think there's going to be enough general consensus. I think the public is going to have a lot more access. I don't know if you saw Magic Eden. They're putting out their new app where you don't even need to have a wallet to buy assets, and that's Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana. And so what they're doing is they're making it mainstream for average, everyday, common people to download an app on the App Store and buy digital assets.
That's sick. That's sick. What I'll do, BMAN, as we were talking about BMETA, I'm going to just share my screen on Money Post just because, and to be honest, all the stuff that we're going to discuss, I will, as always, I'm going to be putting this on YouTube and I'm going to be putting the links down and stuff. So if you guys want to check out what BMAN's doing as well after we've talked about this, you're obviously more than welcome. Let me just.
When I first launched BMETA, I saw initially in Wilderworld, I was like, well, there's no boats. And that was kind of my initial intention. But, you know, Wilderworld has they were doing a lot of partnerships, right? And then they decided, okay, we're going to focus on what we're working on as our core, and kind of deviated from that. And so I kind of was a little late for that, which I think actually worked out for the best. But, you know, I started looking into Unreal Engine, and at the time I was building the Blue Pearl, which is an in real life yacht. And I ended up getting hooked up with Ivan Urvedecki. He is the founder of Yacht Design out of Vancouver, and they've been building yachts for billionaires for 30 years. And because of my connections through my current company, Identify Sensors, the CEO had basically said, you can totally trust this guy. And this dude literally sent Oceans and I like $100 million worth of CAD drawings. And we're like, what the heck are we going to do with all these? And, you know, when you see a yacht design, you got to understand that all the physics, the electronics, the plumbing, all of that is integrated into the design. And we're talking about 20, 30,000 mesh layers. And so when Tom P came on, the goal was to strip these assets so it doesn't clog the game engine and get them into these viable game assets. And so over a period of about a year and a half, we designed about 12 different model yachts, all the way up to about 350 feet. And these yachts are conceived from in real life designs, which I think is really neat. You could very well see one of these models out in the ocean. And any of our yachts our digital yachts that we sell, we can have a boatyard build them through our designer. Now, obviously, you're talking about tens of millions of dollars for these boats. The average design cost was around $2 to $3 million just for the design. And so, since then, we've been working on interiors and building all kinds of different things for the yachts. And at first, it was just about the boats, but then I realized that it was about connecting people. And so what we've been really focused on is delivering an experience. And so the whole idea is that you can meet up with your friend or coworker that's in a different place and go onto your private yacht and maybe watch a movie together in the saloon, or watch that next game. Having integrated food delivery apps like Uber Eats. So maybe you want some pizza and I want some Chinese, having mini games in there, and things like that. And so that's what we've been building is a lot of the mechanics inside. And so it's such a cool concept to be able to go and meet someone in your private yacht and do all those things, because normally yachts are out of reach for most people, right? And so it's kind of got this glamour to it. And so I'm super excited about the next era of BMETA, which is really integrating all of these things I'm talking about. And one of the neat things I'm working on right now is the ability to host business meetings. So I'm sure all of you guys have heard of network marketing, right? You got to go to people's houses and they're pitching you stuff. So the whole idea is that you could bring 10, 15, 20 people onto your yacht. You could pitch them an idea. And then we even are building NPC characters afterwards that will then approach these prospects and talk to them and see if they are serious people, and then, kind of redirect them to a human being. Integrating things like, drop services for Amazon or Etsy or Walmart stores, or having a digital store all integrated. And this is where I see kind of us getting a global reach. And so that's really what we've been working on. And if you ever have taken a look at our assets, I mean, they're, in my opinion, the finest digital assets in the entire space. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're breathtaking. They're extremely detailed. And all of our yachts are fully metaverse ready. All of the Unreal Engine files are completed. And so as we kind of integrate into new metaverses, we're not just selling a JPEG. We're talking these are vessels that can float, that can move, that can be customized. And so that's what we've been working on as of recent. And our first collection was launched with Expectar on the XRP network. And recently now, we're working with ApeCoin on the other side metaverse, the Bored Ape folks. And so we're really, really excited about our next collection. And it's a small collection, only 262 yachts. And they're going to be completely different from other yachts, super rare, and have a ton of high future value. Because I think at the end of the day, I believe BMETA yachts will be a blue chip asset in the future. As more and more people get into these metaverses, they're going to realize that what they're buying is super, super unique. And so we're getting excited about that upcoming drop. And so I think the first 100 whitelist spots are guaranteed, and then another 125 are going to be up for drawing. And so we're going to be making a lot of announcements and like that on what's going to happen here shortly. And just like our OG collections, the regatta owners benefit from rarity and future airdrops of tokens and NFTs. And these are cross metaverse. All right. So we're launching on ApeCoin and setting sail on the other side metaverse, but these are going to be able to be used in other metaverses as well. And the mints are super, super affordable, $100 each for one of these yachts. And we're just super pumped about, what we're working on. And I think that as time goes on, our products are going to become more and more desirable. There aren't just a ton of people out there buying digital yachts these days, but I think that's changing rather quickly.
Yeah, defo. And I remember actually you mentioning the initial, I forget the terminology you used, but the initial plans for the yachts. And if I'm honest, at the time I was thinking, what is he gonna, you know, how is he gonna do this, or what's it? And now, you know, 2 years on, here you are, you're doing it. It's amazing. And shout out as well to Tom P and Oceans as well.
Yeah, it was a huge
Both great.
investment and a big undertaking. I can't tell you how much work we put into getting these assets actually metaverse ready. Thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. And I think that's where a lot of the value is held as well, is, these are in real life designs. These are the real deal. And a tremendous amount of time and effort have gone into perfecting each and every yacht. And so I think these are going to be a prize piece one day soon.
Sure. I'll put, as I say, I'll put the links on the when I put this on YouTube. I'll put all the links there as well. But obviously, if you do want to put the link in the chat as well, BMAN, if you've got it up with you,
Yeah, absolutely.
We're in this chat. But again, I'll put it up, guys. I'll put all the links up and whatever. So check these out. These are really sick. I mean, you can see these PFP. Apologies, my screen again is just playing up. It's saying I'm sharing, but I'm being told it's not letting me share. But as I say, next month, new internet, so I'll be able to share away like a beast. Okay, cool. And going on to that though, BMAN, obviously you've got we've got the BMETA, but also from checking out your X account, and you've got your digital your Chaintoolz as well. Do you want to tell everyone about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super, super excited about Chaintoolz. Man, it's especially if you're in ordinals, there's just not a lot of tools out there. And even in Ethereum, they're just not very viable. And so my whole idea behind Chaintoolz was to bring value to other communities through my product. And so I have developed a really, really cool smart contract that enables users to be able to subscribe to Chaintoolz. And basically, Chaintoolz comprise of three major functions. The first one is a live real-time notification trait scanner. So, being part of NFTs is all about being at the right place and the right time. How many times do we go onto a collection and, see someone, floored something that they shouldn't have, or saw a really good deal get snagged? And unless you're staring at the screen all day, every day, it's just hard to get those deals. And so I built a really, really easy to use system that allows you to be right in Discord and actually query a search and run a live real-time search. And you can scan any of the Ethereum, any of the Bitcoin or Solana projects that are listed on Magic Eden. And Magic Eden also lists OpenSea. All right, so pretty much any major project out there, you can run a scan, you can select a specific trait that you're looking for, and then a price trigger. So, you could be like, hey, listen, anytime a Model O craft is being listed for 0.6 or under, send me a notification. And it can send you a private DM or even an SMS, and you'll get notified immediately. And when it comes to Bitcoin ordinal transactions, we have an integrated point-and-click sniper, which is really a first of its kind. Most people don't realize that in Bitcoin, the transactions get confirmed each block, unlike Ethereum, where it's virtually instant. So when you buy something like an ordinal on Bitcoin, until that transaction's confirmed, it's not necessarily yours. And so the minute that there is a listing, an unconfirmed transaction, a buy, it will immediately notify you. And you can just do a single click. And what happens is our bot will actually recreate the order at a higher fee, enabling you to snipe that and be the top bidder for that asset. And this is a really big deal. There are other snipers out there, but you got to manually put the transaction numbers in. And super, super, super exciting. This is like huge. And so I'm really pumped about the integrated point and click sniper. And then there's our mint and bot. I'm sure all of you have been part of mints that are highly overallocated, whether it be a whitelist or a public mint. And those overallocated mints can be difficult to mint. And so what we've built is a ultra high speed RPC network that enables you to mint through our private RPC nodes, and really ensuring that you get one of those assets. And we actually have 100% money back guarantee. If we're unsuccessful in minting that project for you, you'll get all your tokens back. You'll get your money back. And so I love that. And so I've been working really hard on that. And my favorite part about it all is it's a community. It's really an alpha community where I'm bridging information and timing at the same time. And so I've written a really ingenious smart contract on the Solana network. And the reason I'm using Solana is low fees and all the advanced technology, because you're actually going to be able to rent your membership out to other users when you're not using it. So you could create passive income, and you're able to do this rental without actually losing your NFT. What happens is these NFTs are dynamic. So most people are used to where a trait, it's static, it doesn't change. Well, one of the traits that we have is if it's an active membership or not. And so when you go to our rental marketplace and you rent, let's say for a day or two, because maybe you don't want to buy a flow balloon membership, it kind of creates a mini NFT. And it mints it for you, and it enables you, and it has a timer on it, and it enables you to be able to access member services. And if you're a member and you only want to rent it for 3 days, that's great. And you can, you get those funds. And then we have something called Grail Grab, which I thought was something really neat that I developed. So throughout the month, the mint bot's going to work for the community and mint new projects and put them into the community wallet. And every 2 weeks, the community will decide which chain the mint block is working for them. And depending on your different membership tier level, will determine how many entries of Grail Grab you get every month. And every 2 weeks, we're going to do a Grail Grab drawing. And first place will be a nice lion's share of the NFTs inside the community wallet. And then there'll be other runner-ups that receive a generous allocation as well. And we're going to do this a couple times a month. So yeah, I'm super pumped up for what I'm building. It's extremely unique. I think it's going to be the best NFT trader tools to ever hit the market. We're going to be doing our Genesis mint probably early December. And this is something that's going to be really special. I think that there's going to be a lot of garnered interest on this. And I think just the ability to rent the NFT, the membership alone could be a nice little passive income stream for folks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you sent this over to me and I was looking at it, I was just blown away, to be honest, because the thing I like about you, BMAN, is that all the way through this, or since I've known you, always looking at sort of, I think you can see that the opportunity here in Web3 in terms of, Web3 is certainly not perfect the way that it runs, and, there are a lot of hoops you have to jump through. And you're trying to break that down, make it easier, and obviously you're a businessman, right? So you can see the potential for that. And again, guys, if at Chaintoolz, right, check it out. I'll put the links down there, but on X
you can go to Chaintoolz as well.
Hey, but
you can go to Chaintoolz XYZ as well, and you can request a whitelist for your wallet there. We're still accepting that right now. It's probably going to close off fairly soon, but I would definitely get in there, and commit your wallet.
Yeah,
you can get.
And also, what I love is what you've done. You put a load of like good videos there, informative videos. So definitely check it out, guys. It looks really special. And as you say about the platform that you've made, I checked that out as well, and that looks very impressive, bud.
I was saying we're looking for some early beta testers as well. So we're going to bring on 50 beta testers. So if someone's interested in beta testing, just go to chaintoolz.xyz and fill out an early tester form. And we're going to be starting that in about 3 weeks. And so, what I like is that it's multi-chain, right? And that's really neat that we're kind of drawing the bridge between the chains. And, I'm sure most of the people here are ETH traders, but, there are tools like this for ETH, but they're kind of complicated and hard to use. And I just love the idea that you can just set up a scan, and then it just, sends you a text message or a DM notifying you right away, and you can make an action. And the other thing I did behind this was for other communities. One of the toughest things to do when you run a community is to bring value to them. And so one of the things that I'm doing is I'm approaching different communities and saying, listen, make a partnership with Chaintoolz, and you're going to bring instant value to your community. And we can do things such as like increased API speeds, discounts, all kinds of different things. Special badges for communities, to that they can deliver to their community. And so that was a big part of all of this, is that I can approach all these other communities and give them an instant tool to bring value to their community, because it's really hard in the bear market. And this is something that, every community member will get an edge in the market, and it just makes them look good. And so I'm excited to continue to create partnerships. And just go to Chaintoolz XYZ, go to bmeta.biz, and be more than happy to walk through anybody if they need to learn how to get like a Solana wallet. It's super simple. It's just like Ethereum. Phantom is a great wallet because it's multi-chain. It does Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana.
That's awesome. And what I love as well, I think you said that it's like that. If you don't get it, put your bid in, and you're unsuccessful, it's all like, you get your money back and whatever. And that's another thing that I think you probably, I'm not putting words into your mouth, you can obviously say, but you've obviously taken into account the sort of Web3 worry that people have, especially newbies, when they're like, oh, am I going to lose all my money? Am I going to get scammed? Am I this, that, and the other? So having that type of assurance, puts people's mind at ease, right? And I assume that's why you've done that, and obviously for fair trade, obviously, and all that. But that I think is a really nice touch.
That comes with time, like people trusting you, right? One of the reasons I can launch this service is that I'm fairly well known in Web3. I was in ordinals from the very beginning, thanks to Ocean. I mean, he called that like no other. I wish I'd listened to him a little bit more. But I've been very involved in ordinals and Ethereum. I'm on the leadership team of Track, which is the very technology that indexes every ordinal in the world. And so, I'm quite well known in Web3, and I think people know that if they do business with me, that I'm going to say what I do and do what I say. And I think that's a big part of people got to get over that, right? And so for me, it's not very hard to, go ask about BMAN, and, they might say I'm a bit of a loudmouth, but other than that, I'm the guy that was rescuing assets, 2 years ago that were being stolen and giving them back for free to community members. And so, and I miss doing that. I've had a lot of things happen in my life and a lot of adjustments, but I am actually super excited for the next year and a half as well, because I'm the co-founder of Identify Sensors. Actually, William Shatner is our spokesman, and this is probably the biggest advancement in medical diagnostics technology in human history. And I will absolutely be gearing up to make a massive investment into Web3, and probably a massive investment into Wilderworld. And so I'm really excited kind of for the next phase and the next era. And there are no question, there are a handful of Wilders that I will be rising with me. Guys like Sky Wilder and Peach Wilder, and of course Oceans. And Animal's been huge. Animal's my been helping me and my partner on Chaintoolz. He's been just an amazing guy, just getting this going, really believing in it. And a big part of my motivation for Chaintoolz is that BMETA has been very expensive. I probably have $600,000-$700,000 of my own money invested into BMETA, and we probably still need another couple $100,000 to really get over the hump here. And so, I know that Chaintoolz is going to be very successful, and so I'll be filtering a lot of that money back into BMETA. But guys like Wilder Nuts, guys like Stabs. I mean, there's just so many guys that have just been so amazing. Wilder Ash. And the list just goes on and on of people that I am gonna rise up. There's so many people that I want to work with long term, and so as I get to this next phase and this next era of some of my other businesses, I'm going to be shocking quite a few people. I'm going to be making some really big investments into this space, and more not necessarily like I'm going to buy Wild, but I'm going to build infrastructure for other people to be successful. And I think that's the difference of being rich and being wealthy. A rich man buys a Ferrari. A wealthy man teaches other people so they can buy their own Ferrari.
Wow, that is that's awesome, bud. And in fairness, you've always mentioned that throughout since I've known you anyway. So yeah, you're a very generous guy, and it just sounds amazing what you're doing, bud. To be totally honest with you. Again, I
It's
remember it
the
from
old saying, you get what
2
you
years
give,
back
right?
now, and it's excuse me?
You get what you give. What you put out, the energy you put out into the universe is the energy you're going to get back. Who you associate yourself with is who you'll become. And so for me, I don't associate myself with someone unless I think they bring value. Because look, I don't care if it's your parents, if it's your friend. The only relationships that work out are mutually beneficial. It doesn't have to be financial necessarily, but there has to be a give and take in every single relationship. And if the relationship is not mutually beneficial, if you're not giving them as much as you're taking, the relationship is not going to be that great. It might still sustain, but truly great relationships are based on mutual beneficial idealism. And so I think that always thinking about that and creating expectations and having those ahead of time ensures that your relationships thrive. And it's not ideas that do well, it's people that make ideas do well. You could have the greatest idea in the world and some idiot running it, and it's going to go nowhere. But you could have something that's mediocre and you put a good manager in there and someone who knows how to build a community, knows how to connect to others, has a good, strong backbone, and they're going to take it to the moon and back. And it all comes down on how you treat other people and the energy that you put out there. You're only going to get out there what you put out there.
Oh man, I love that, and I believe in that as well. To be totally honest, I'm going to quickly give the code out, guys, if that's okay. Today, so we're not putting it in the chat. It's just a verbal code, and it's lowercase Radio Wilder. That's lowercase.
I wanted to give you code too for once you're done there for Chaintoolz, so everyone, because even if I shut off the whitelist, all Wilders are automatically getting in.
Boom! You've heard it here first, guys. That's awesome. Yeah, you the man.
Just put Wilderworld in the project code if you go to Chaintoolz at XYZ, and even if the whitelist is filled, every Wilder will get whitelisted, and they'll also have a permanent discount code as well.
You're the man, guys. As I say, get over to the Chaintoolz. I'm going to repeat the code again, because I can see people requesting it. It's Radio Wilder, all lowercase.
What code is this?
Word, please.
I'm a little confused.
Odyssey.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
Shards.
Got it.
Those juicy shards.
Shards. How many shards you got now?
Me. I
haven't looked for a long time.
Yeah. I've been so busy this week, so I haven't actually gone on. And you know what? Before I go to bed every night, I think, I didn't log on again, and then I'm like, I've got to get my ledger. But no, I'm going to do it today.
What about land,
week,
huh?
Yeah.
This is exciting.
No, usually I'm all over it.
I've been looking every 10 minutes for land. I'm like so freaking pumped for land to come out. You know, it's
man, it's just let's that's a great segue. We've got like 5 minutes left, so let's quickly about that. I'm going to give the code one more time, guys. It's Radio Wilder. I'll give it more than one more time. I'm not going to be mean, obviously. If anyone needs it, please ask me. Yeah, BMAN. So yeah, land. You just said it. So everyone, Frank actually sent a X out. It was Ash, I think, asked for the wildfire. Frank gave it to us and said it's going to be some point this week.
Stealth drop.
She said BMAN pumped, right?
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, this is what everyone's been waiting for. We've all been waiting for this moment. I think that and I think the people have been around for a long time, know how to strategize this well. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think what's going to be really important is a follow-up fairly quickly. Let's not let this stagnate out. I think that some good alpha after this and how things are going to work are going to continue to pump. I also think Ethereum is very close to taking off here. If Bitcoin crosses 70,000, I think we're going to run up to 100. And of course, Bitcoin pretty much controls the whole market. If it's moving there, it's moving there. So I think we're really close to a bull run. How much longer it lasts, I don't know. I do fear a recession towards the end of next year, but I think we'll have a good 6 months.
Oh yeah, for sure. And have you got any sort of visions or plans what you want to do with your land?
Yeah, I do. I want to start a bus line.
I want to
start a BMAN bus line. public
A bus stop.
transportation. Yeah, put a bus stop in each one of my the front of my properties. I thought it'd be a good idea. Like you could generate income in advertising inside the bus, right? And
Yeah,
you make it free, and you have some like mini
yeah,
games inside the buses and such. But honestly, my dream is to be an arms dealer in Wilderworld. I want to build guns.
nice. Yeah, that's it. This is the great thing about it, right? Everyone's going to have their own idea and all, what they want to achieve and their sort of dream. And as you say, this is the main thing. Why this is what we've been waiting for, right? So it's just sort of yeah, it's so exciting.
I really want to know more about gens. Like I really do. We went on a nice little pump like about like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I'd like to get some clarity between now and the end of the year. I think that will be critical to things really starting to push. And of course, this open world. Look, this is still a long play with all this stuff happening, right? This is still a long play. And I think people have to realize that first is community and then investment with Wilderworld. You can't reverse it the other way.
I agree. I mean, we're fortunate that we get given a lot of information directly from the team, and we're fortunate that the team has just been building. But again, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff coming at the end of the year. But as you say, yeah, it is a well, I see it anyway. Everyone's got their own strategy. Everyone knows what they want with their investment. But I see it as a long play personally. I'm certainly not going anywhere. But
Absolutely. Even like when we dropped our collections, it's you got to be in that hold position, and that's why I really recommend people now get your yacht, and I would definitely check out the other side, metaverse. Yeah, it's not Wilderworld, but I think just being involved in the whole metaverse industry is important. And I think you guys are going to be really impressed with BMETA's up to. So, you can go to @BMETA Yachts on our X page and check everything out. And if you have any questions, just direct message me or Oceans.
cheers, man. I mean, yeah, it's awesome, guys. Honestly, please check it out. BMAN, are you able to put the links on? Just because.
Yeah, I am.
As I say, put them in the chat link.
I am. We're doing some development work in a second. Everything will be up in about 15 minutes, but I will put them in right now. And here we go. Is Chaintoolz XYZ. And I'll put our.
There we go. Boom. There, guys. Yeah, guys. Honestly, check this out. It's really impressive. Really, really impressive. Hey, man. Thank you again so much for being my guest. It's been an absolute pleasure to chat with you and to hear what's been going on over the past, couple of years. Wishing you every success, as I know it will be. And I'm certainly going to be signing up to stuff there. And if it's okay as well, as we sign out, I'm going to play another one of your tracks. And that's the thing, we didn't even get to chat. We're going to have to do this again because we didn't even get to chat about your tracks and other stuff as well. But yeah, if you in the future, if you want to come on, obviously
new music is coming too. We're going to be doing some new music. I want to do some new music soon. So yeah. Which track are you going to play?
I'm going to play a Proposal 369.
Yeah, that beat is bomb. Yeah, that's a great track.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Dude, thanks very much, everyone. Yeah, no, thanks, man. Thanks very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. BMAN, everyone. BMAN. Thank you very much. Right, guys. I'll thank you very much for turning up. I will repeat the code one more time, just in case anyone hasn't had it yet. It's Radio Wilder, lowercase, one word. It's been a pleasure. Thank you again for turning up, and I'm going to play us out with BMAN's track 369. This is sick, guys. So listen to this. And until next month, I'll see you soon.
Stepping outside, 6 zeros with my crown wolf. She my real vibe. What's the spot? Unit 82, Miami going up. Proposal 369. You already know what's up.
Pulling up, you already know the plot, huh? 82, we gon' party till we drop, huh? She got that wop, steady blowing on the vape. Up in VIP, got us chillin' with the weights. Feeling my energy, this is a trinity, and so you know that I'm copping. dropping some land. And now she like me, this crib is enticing. I caught the G1 and I switched to the Wambo. Phoenix by the shotgun, got him feeling like Rambo. As soon as we hit the spot, then we'll start to flop. One wide away, you know that it's hot, yelling. Yeah, yeah.
G1, stepping outside. Exit zeros with my crown wolf. She my real vibe. What's the spot? Unit 82, Miami going up. Proposal 369. You already know what's up.
Rolling up in my G1,
Stepping outside.
exit zeros with my crown wolf.
She my real vibe.
What's the spot? Unit 82, Miami going up. Proposal 369. You already know what's up. Keep it tight, yeah, I'm talking about my plans. Yeah, I'm gonna cop some land. BMETA, Phoenix, Frank, making moves. In the world like Wall Street. Planet Z, never snooze. And we never lose so far in the sky. Cop you a wolf, never away. Soon as it hit, you on the white list. You punch you a ticket, I like you can stay. For the green on the wing and the coins, and it seems that it's growing. I promise we going to the moon. Proposal 369, yeah, we be on the ground, and I know that we singing you soon. And
Rolling up in my G1, stepping outside. Exit zeros with my crown wolf. She my real vibe. What's the spot? Unit 82, Miami going up. Proposal 369. You already know what's up.
rolling up in my G1,
Stepping outside.
exit zeros with my crown wolf.
She my real vibe.
What's the spot? Unit 82, Miami going up. Proposal 369. You already know what's up.